It just makes me angry.
Well, you're misleading people.
If it's not the skin, it's the religion.
It's shocking. Shocking.
It is bang on a roller coaster of emotions.
What I'm going to say?
That they made them sing the national anthem.
Oh my God,
I feel very hopeless.
A roller coaster.
An unjust system, violence and brutality.
Basically a fascist.
Brought back a lot of memories from 2011 and 2012 in Egypt. The protests in Egypt were for different reasons, but I see that the government deals with it the same way. Being white, I think people will not really stop me and ask me about my religion. So I'll be very careful. I mean, I'll probably not go to a mosque there in India because I don't want to be attacked. What I see is that injustice will never win. People will always fight against it, even though they don't see the results now. People will win eventually.
I was just thinking Gandhi is supposed to be like, I don't know, a national hero for Indians or something, and there would always be something different that people would use to, classify you or put you in some sort of box, or them versus us, and there would always be something for people.
We here in Germany, we all know what happened in history.
Well, I thought that I would mostly, not flinch at most of the things that were shown because I had seen it before. In a way, I was also afraid of not responding enough because I also don't want to be desensitized to violence.
But I didn't understand why the government didn't stop the protesters.
I think under other circumstances, I'd settle with it's thought-provoking. There's something happening there that definitely is not based on how I was taught people are supposed to be treated and to live.
Well, it's interesting because I think I watched this movie Joker in November or something, and then shortly the riots in Chile happened.
Fascism starts when you're not surprised anymore, and that's a little bit how I feel because, it's terrible, and I don't know what to change about it or how to stop it, to suppress people, and that was what I actually thought about too, because this act of politically or legally defining a group of people or denying them citizenship is something that happened when the independence happened of many countries. It's all related, I think, of course. The violence and the lynching.
It's never easy looking at videos where you know that those people aren't there anymore. Do you know Fahmida Riaz, the poet? Yeah, her poem, Tum bhi hum jaise nikle. The main thing it leaves me with is the violence of borders and how borders as a colonial tool have been used to cut people off from their homeland. So for my thinking of my own family history, this is just politics, like real people don't feel like this, real people don't hate Muslims, it's just the politics. But this has really driven home that it is in our streets, it's outside our doors, this very real.
Like you feel like you know about the situation, but you're still so detached from it, like you just see what happened, but you're not, since it's also such a diverse country and there are like so many languages spoken, so many people, and like just because you believe in a different religion, you're not seen as allowed to be seen as a citizen. And I mean, democracy listens to the majority, so that's always could be an inherent problem that minorities are not being heard, and so that's why in a democracy I believe that the majorities or everyone should look around and see who is around you, and that every single voice matters as much. I think violence and brutality coming from an unjust system.
I mean, do I have to say something about this? I mean, it just happens, at many countries also, in many countries. So, and they're also trying to show only one side of the story. There is no problem as such. Like
with the Uyghur conflict, for example, it's also like Islamophobia, like also because they are Muslim, they are being repressed. And I do think that it is a growing concern. But
there's genocides that we've seen in nations across the world, and unfortunately, this isn't new.
But it will continue with impunity if more voices aren't raised.